Now, on the one side tonight, Khushboo, actor, social activist of the Congress Party, Prakash Ambedkar, president of the Bharatiya Republican Bahujan Mahasangh and grandson of Dr. Ambedkar, Dr. Ezhilan Naganathan, founder of youth.org, Dr. Naganathan on one side saying, there is caste apartheid in India, accept it. In denial about caste apartheid is Sambit Patra. He says there is nothing like caste apartheid. Absolutely in denial is Pandiarajan, former MLA of Virudhnagar, is joining us live from Chennai. And totally in denial. No,
I don't say that, Arnab.
Totally in denial about caste apartheid is Dr. Saradindu Mukherji, member of the Indian Council of Historical Research. Is there caste apartheid or not in India, Prakash Ambedkar? And why is Sambit Patra's party in denial about it?
There is caste apartheid in India. The BJP, when it was power for the first time on the Atal Bihari Vajpayee's government, they had an opportunity of leading an apartheid movement internationally. When the United Nations was changing its agenda of elimination of all forms of discrimination, India was the only country which denied that they had the caste, and it was BJP which was in power. I, along with nearly about 600
So you're saying
NGOs,
agenda, that the BJP has an agenda?
BJP has an agenda of denial.
Is it an RSS agenda? Or
it's an RSS agenda which say that caste is not an issue.
Why would the RSS feel that way?
But they want to bring in the caste from the back door. Internationally, they deny that there is no caste, but internally, if you see the RSS theory, they say that the caste is the basis.
So you think Sambit Patra should accept that there is caste apartheid?
Manusmurti is the way of life which has to be brought into...
Khushboo, we are living in a country where a bigoted thought process believes that if a girl marries outside her caste, she is insulting her family, is a major embarrassment, and hence, as we have found one person saying on record, she deserves to die. We have some people saying, we are sorry we did not participate in the killing. And yet Sambit Patra's party and Sambit Patra personally believes there is nothing like institutionalized caste apartheid. What do you think essentially is Sambit's problem with this?
I have not even spoken up till now.
But I know your view.
Mr. Goswami.
Then you say tonight there is...
Now, how do you know my view before? Well, no, you are not Nostradamus, Mr. Goswami, that you know my views before I open my mouth.
Would you say there is caste apartheid in India or not under the BJP government? Is there caste apartheid or not?
Allow me to speak.
No, is there caste apartheid or not?
Please allow me to
Don't qualify. Let Khushboo come in and then you can explain. You're already on the back foot.
Khushboo. Ms. Khushboo can always speak, but please, no one should speak for me, no.
I'm not.
I think... Yes. I think, people like Sambit Patra or Mr. Pandiarajan from AIDMK, I'm sorry I need to burst the bubble, but there is a caste apartheid all over India, especially now in the last 3 years, the way we have been seeing how it's been going. And what are we looking at? A man from Tamil Nadu saying that, I wish I was part of that murder. First, you need to catch hold of that man and put him behind bars. He's a complete threat to our society. What kind of people are we living with in this country? And I think this casteism, what we are talking about, it has been there for a very long time. But in the last 3 years, there's been a huge step forward, I'm saying.
What do you mean?
The way they've been moving.
Why?
I mean, what they feel it's a step forward, but it's such a regressive movement. Such a regressive movement. Let me tell you, Tamil Nadu stands third in casteism, the violence, the crime against caste. UP stands first. Tamil Nadu stands third in India. Let's face it. And the murder what we have seen in Tirupur is the 81st honor killing in Tamil Nadu in the last 3 years.
Yeah, but it's not...
Please wake up to reality. What are we looking at?
It's not an important enough issue for Sambit, of course, because we are living in a country...
It's not important for them because
I wonder why. Why?
Unbelievable.
Why? Is it because Nagpur does not think so, Sambit? Is it because Nagpur thinks otherwise?
Before you do the speaking for me?
Yes.
Mr. Goswami, it would have been really good if you would have heard what the Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi, spoke today while he was inaugurating the Smarak for Baba Saheb Ambedkar. It would really have done good to the panelists if they would have heard what the Prime Minister of the country said, that these fault lines of India have to be rectified. He said that I am a bhakt of Baba Saheb Ambedkar, and because Prakash Ambedkar is present in the panel. Mr. Prakash, you were speaking about RSS. I hope you believe on the saying of Mr. Ambedkar. This is what Baba Saheb Ambedkar had to say about RSS.
you, Sambit Patra. What you speak, you do not practice.
Mr. Ambedkar, I'm quoting Ambedkar. Please show some respect to Ambedkar. Please show some respect to Ambedkar. I'm quoting him. Allow me to quote Mr. Ambedkar. Please show some respect to Ambedkar. Allow me to quote Ambedkar. Allow me to quote Mr. Ambedkar. Mr. Prakash Ambedkar. If you have any respect for Mr. Ambedkar, allow me to quote Mr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar. Allow me. Allow me to quote. I will expose a hypocrisy tonight
I will ask you one simple question.
Do you denounce
what Boycott wrote? We and the nation. And that is the basis of your governance.
Khushboo.
That is the basis of your governance. Are you going to defend that? Or are you condemning that?
I'm astonished that I'm not allowed to quote Baba Sahib Ambedkar.
Because you don't follow my grandfather.
I'm astonished that one of the family members of Ambedkar does not allow me to
follow my grandfather. You just quote him. And nothing more than that.
Quote Ambedkar.
What you did for Rohit Komila, let me know.
He is a great.
Let me tell you what you did for Rohit.
Don't demean him just
in
as
Rohit matters. What did you do? What was your role in Rohit? Rohit matters.
He is a great leader of this country.
He is a great leader, but you are just using it for your own benefits.
Allow me to quote
nothing more than that.
Any respect for Ambedkar?
You don't have a respect because you are now facing a crisis of a situation where you can't come over, and therefore you are using Dr. Ambedkar.
Mr. Naganathan into the debate. Mr. Naganathan, please. Mr. Naganathan, Mr. Naganathan and K. Pandiarajan is into the debate. You see Mr. Patra, now Mr. Naganathan is into the debate right now, and I'd like to tell you that we are living in a country, as per our report, Mr. Sambit Patra, we are living in a country where people of a certain higher caste have assumed the position.
What the Prime Minister had to say in the morning.
If you are quoting,
did not hear the speech of the Prime Minister in the morning. And before that, let me complete what Ambedkar had to say about RSS. And this is what Dr. Ambedkar. Mr. Goswami, this is not right. Mr. Goswami, this is not right. I am going to just quote Mr. Ambedkar, dear Ambedkar, and you don't allow me to quote Ambedkar.
No, Mr. Sambit
Please allow me to quote Mr. Ambedkar. That's all I'm asking for.
Where was the Honorable Prime Minister?
That's all I'm asking.
What are you doing by quoting Ambedkar?
Khushboo,
you
have demeaned Tamil Nadu today by saying that you have tried to demean Tamil Nadu. Please don't generalize Tamil Nadu with the same brush. I condemn the Congress party spokesperson today when she demeaned Tamil Nadu. Don't demean the whole same brush. Please apologize. Apologize.
On behalf of
the Congress spokesperson should apologize by saying that Tamil Nadu is not a good state. She should apologize today. You should apologize today by painting Tamil Nadu in the wrong picture.
You should be ashamed of
there are caste fault lines across the country, but when the Congress spokesperson says that Tamil Nadu is the front leader, Tamil Nadu is wrong. She has tried to demean the Tamil culture. She has tried to demean the Tamil state. Please apologize. Apologize when you say that Tamil Nadu is a bad state. You should not have said that. You should not have said that.
Please mind your words.
You are absolutely demeaned. Yes, there are fault lines. As far as caste is concerned, that is a reality in the country. We have to fight. We have to take a resolve to fight against caste. But when you say that Tamil Nadu is a wrong state, that is absolutely appalling. You should apologize for demeaning Tamil Nadu. You should apologize for painting Tamil Nadu in a wrong picture. Please don't give a wrong picture of Tamil Nadu. Please, Tamil people are great people. They are patriots. They are people who are belonging to my state. They have produced.
Please do not talk to me about my state, Mr. Don't. This dialogues are not going to help you for the oncoming elections. These dialogues are not going to help you for the forthcoming election, Mr. Sambit Patra. You don't worry about my state, Mr. Sambit Patra. We are here to take care of my state. You do not demean my state. Let me tell you, I am a very, very responsible. Please, Mr. Sambit Patra. Mr. Sambit Patra. These dialogues are not going going to help you to gain any votes in Tamil Nadu.
Please, let's have a debate, a civil debate.
For what? And you have to apologize for the entire country. You have to apologize to the entire country.
Baba Ambedkar had to say for RSS.
Please, you apologize to the entire country for misleading them.
Had to say about RSS.
You're misleading the entire country. You should be apologizing to the entire country.
Please stop.
Not only Tamil Nadu.
After visiting the camp,
kindly say this
Ambedkar said, I quote, I am surprised to find Swayamsevaks here moving about equality and brotherhood without even caring to how the
Prakash Ambedkar.
Can you say the source of this material? Can you say the source of the material? Can you say the source of this material? Just don't quote. Tell him where he has said it and where he has used it. Give the source to the people.
I will send you the complete source.
I don't want to send it. Tell it publicly.
Complete source.
Tell today now itself.
1939.
You say now.
RSS camp. He expressed his
satisfaction
saying, I am surprised to find Swayamsevaks here moving out
in
absolute equality and brotherhood without even caring to know the caste of others.
Who has written it and in which book it is there?
I will SMS you the source as well.
I don't want the SMS.
Essays on Dalits by Raj Kumar.
Who has written that book?
Essays on Dalits by Raj Kumar.
What's your source?
I read you the book's name also.
Kindly read again. People have not read it again. I heard it.
Essays on Dalits, edited by Raj Kumar.
Saradindu Mukherji.
He is a member of the Hindu Mahasabha and he is a member of the Vishwa Hindu Parishad.
Let us have some.
Is he or is he not? Let me know.
Please let me say something.
One second. Opening up the debate to Professor.
1 minute, let me say something. Let Sambit Patra answer.
Sambit, you stand corrected tonight. You accept you stand corrected. Do you want to correct yourself?
Something now.
You want to correct yourself because Prakash
Ji, first go through what your great grandfather had to say about RSS. He has praised RSS as far as the caste system is concerned. If today there are problems in if there is some problem in AIADMK rule state, please ask AIADMK spokesperson.
Okay, viewers. Okay, viewers. 1 second now, please. Dr. Pandiarajan, Dr. Ezhilan Naganathan and Saradindu Mukherji have not come to the debate.
Yes.
I read this to you. 1 second. 1 second, Mr. Pandiarajan. Mr. Pandiarajan and Mr. Naganathan will come into the debate now. 1 second, before I read out to you. This is what my reporter finds one person who says.
Yes.
This is a person on record, Mr. Pandiarajan. He says, and I quote to you, if someone from the lower caste gets married to a girl, okay, from my community, and I come to know that she is suffering, I will enter his house and hack him to death. I will kill him. I did not get a chance to do what they did in
listen, this is a
Udamalpet. 1 second. Why don't you let me complete? I feel frustrated, this man says, I feel frustrated that I did not get a chance to be part of the team that killed that fellow. Because if I had known that they did this because of caste, I would have been the first person to kill him. Now, Mr. Pandiarajan, I say, Sambit Patra says you're insulting Tamil people. Absolutely not. The history, culture, language of the Tamil people is something that the whole country is proud of. That is not the issue. But if there is caste apartheid of this kind in a part of Tamil Nadu, why part of Tamil Nadu, part of Assam, Bengal, Kashmir, any country, any part of the state, any state in this country, we should equally take a position on it. We are living in a country where there exists no fear of the law and order for people who are committing caste crimes and have no hesitation in justifying the same. This channel, Mr. Pandiarajan, from Haryana to Uttar Pradesh, where the politicians were too cowardly to take a position against Khap Panchayats, we took a position on it. So please, Mr. Pandiarajan, say tonight and say to Dr. Naganathan that there is caste apartheid.
Let me tell you let me respond.
Apartheid.
Let me respond with all the conviction. Let me respond with all the conviction at my command.
Go on.
Let me actually respond with all the conviction at my command. This man, this stray criminal who has come into the national television will be behind bars within the next 2 hours if he is not already behind bars. Let me first state that. Number two, there is no condoning of any of these things. These so-called honor killings in Tamil Nadu, AIADMK government under Amma just does not condone this at all. Within an hour of this incident in Udumalpet, all the 6 people who were involved in this crime were arrested, put behind bars.
The fact there was honor killings.
You know, Khushboo, Madam Khushboo was talking about
Mr. Pandiarajan,
81 people being killed.
Sir, it's the same, Mr. Pandiarajan.
Please, Mr. Pandiarajan, let's not mislead the people again. It was the girl's father who came and surrendered, but the other 5 people were arrested 24 hours later, and the mother and the uncle are still missing. So don't mislead the people of this country. Please.
Not really. Within an hour. Within an hour they've been arrested. Okay, besides the people who came in. Khushboo, please do not mislead, like the statement that you just made on this, you know, the same NCRB data that you were sharing there. The same NCRB statement that you made just now talks about close to... No, you're not misleading at all. I'm responding to Ms. Khushboo's statement, which says, 81 people over the last 3 years. The same report talks about close to 1,000 people around the country. Haryana leads, where Congress was in power for many years.
For the people of this country, let's be very honest with each other. We are not going to score a
brownie point. No, but you can't say, you can't mislead a statement like that. Tamil Nadu is a land of Periyar. Okay, this caste, apartheid and all. Please don't. Please
That's why I'm saying land of Periyar. Please understand.
Just because you have an ally here.
But yet today,
it is a land of Periyar. We also know that.
Your party member
please,
it's a land of Periyar. Let me tell you, your party member has a marriage hall. He has a marriage hall where the Dalits are not allowed. And let me tell you, it's in your government last year in November.
No way.
Go down to Tirunelveli, and in government schools the children are made to wear different colors of bands.
There is one person.
Please do not mislead. Different colors of bands.
I can quote
the Tevas, the Nadas, the Yadavs, they all wear different colors of bands, and the Dalits are made to wear different colors to bands in school, in government school. Please, it's there. It's a detailed report on that. Let's not mislead.
Let
me tell Mr. Sambit Patra,
Khushboo,
please do not try to speak about my state, because my state belongs to my country. You will not gain any brownie points.
Can I take on Khushboo for having wrongly misled
the absolutely. Listen, you are the car panchayats of different kinds. All that I would say is there's no condoning of any of these caste apartheids here. Absolutely under Amma, the person will be under arrest.
As you debate this, Sambit, can I come in now, please? 1 second. 1 second, please. 1 second. 1 second, Sambit, Khushboo. 1 second. 1 second. Why are we debating this? Viewers, I want to say something to you. Viewers, I'm saying, no, 1 second, Khushboo, 1 minute. Please understand. Our society has been ushered into the 21st century. Dalits are fighting the age-old tradition of discrimination and untouchability, and for something as basic as the right to worship. We are living in a society where upper caste people have monopolized God and believe that Dalits worship gods in a temple, it loses its sanctity. At a time when women are fighting successfully for their rights to enter the sanctum sanctorum of Sabarimala and Shani Shignapur, Dalits are far from recognized. It is a deplorable social situation in the country that Dalits stepping into a temple is considered a loss of sanctity. I mean, this is bigotry, this is narrow-mindedness. And by trying to obfuscate facts, Sambit Patra, and some of your facts have been questioned quite directly by Prakash Ambedkar tonight, you're not going to gain anything. I want to ask 1 second. Let's get Dr. Naganathan and Dr.
All these years, DMK and AIDMK was
doesn't matter.
Khushboo Sundar
rise
DMK
above
also.
Politics.
Why don't you question Khushboo Sundar on caste system? Why are you questioning BJP on caste system?
You are in power now.
60 years Congress rules this country.
Okay.
And we are the ones responsible for the plight of Dalits. We are the ones.
That's no answer. That is no answer. I'm sorry, I'm not satisfied with your answer.
No answer. Ask Khushboo Sundar, who was in DMK before coming to Congress. Ask Khushboo, whose present day party 60 years they have been ruling this country. Now Khushboo shouting at me, and Prakashji, what facts are you questioning? What facts are you questioning, Prakashji? Bring Prakashji on the scene. Let him have the guts of questioning on facts. Question me on facts. What facts one question, Mr. Prakash Ambedkar.
RSS was not a figure between 19 and 30.
These are the
Hindu Mahasabha which was there.
1939 May.
Hindu Mahasabha which was
RSS camp in Pune. Dr. Ambedkar expresses, I am surprised if I am Swayam Sevat here moving about absolute equality and brotherhood without even caring to know the caste of others.
Quote from the...
Do you know, Mr. Prakash Ambedkar, have you read the 9-page resignation letter of Mr. Ambedkar? Have you read the 9-page resignation letter of Mr. Ambedkar? Have you read that? In the very first paragraph, he criticizes the Congress. In the very first paragraph, he calls the bluff of Mr. Nehru. And you are siding with the Congress today.
There are 21 volumes published by Maharashtra government. Point out from any of these volumes Dr. Ambedkar commenting on RSS.
No, you don't question the Congress party.
I'm not questioning you. I'm just asking you a simple question.
You are siding with the Congress party. And here is your great grandfather rightly pointing his fingers towards the Congress. Great grandfather rightly pointing his fingers towards Nehru, saying that Pandit Nehru, look what your great grandfather had to say. Look what your great grandfather had to say.
Now listen to me, Sambit Patra. Listen to me, Sambit. I'm going to say something to you.
I will now refer to another matter that has made
stop now. Dr. Naganathan has not spoken even once. The question is to Dr. Ezhilan Naganathan, please. Naganathan and Professor Dr. Saradindu Mukherji on the screen. I only want them on the screen because they haven't spoken yet on the debate. My point is, you can reject a caste angle, and this question goes to Dr. Mukherji, and Dr. Naganathan can respond to him because these two gentlemen have not come into the debate. Others, please be patient for a minute. You see, you reject the caste angle. One second, Dr. Naganathan, let's broad-base this debate, okay? If you reject a caste angle, Dr. Saradindu Mukherji, to what is obvious caste violence in India, you are blind to it is nothing short in my view to being blind to the discrimination against blacks during apartheid in South Africa. It is nothing short of being blind to the discrimination against blacks during slavery in the United States. It is like being blind to the discrimination against blacks before and during the civil rights movement, before and during Martin Luther King, right, and Malcolm X and all others. You are blind, like Americans were saying this, blind to what the blacks are going through. It was the same kind of discrimination. You cannot be blind to discrimination. Saradindu Mukherji, accept the faults in your society and then tackle it. Dr. Naganathan will respond to you. Yes, please. Dr. Mukherji. Is Dr. Mukherji there?
Let me... yes. Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, go on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go on.
Mr. Goswami, first, the choice of the word apartheid is wrong. I object to that. Apartheid was used in a different context in South Africa. What this panel is doing,
in fact,
is this, you are blowing up certain isolated things in one part of India. Okay. Look, these are known problems we have. Is no point blowing them up. And especially the justification given by the Congress spokesperson, Ms. Khushboo, so absurd, you know. Congress has taken full advantage of this caste divide. The British had stopped 1931 census, this caste enumeration. The UPA government revived that. What's the logic for that? You see, living in Delhi, I have taught history in Delhi for 42 years. I have never come across a single case of students talking of caste. Only last 2 months I have been hearing of this, you know. Okay, caste is a problem, but why blow it up? Why give it India a bad name?
Who's blowing
And if these are isolated things, this should be condemned. People who are guilty of it, they should be taken to task.
Who is blowing it
and
up?
No mercy should be shown to that. So let's resolve the matter. What the Congress spokesperson doing, what the other spokesperson doing, they're blowing it up in unnecessary things. There are so many problems. All societies are problems.
Okay, I understood your argument. I understood your argument. Dr. Mukherji, Dr. Mukherji, I understood your argument.
And to say that this has just cropped up in last 2 years is so absurd. This is absurd, you know.
I think it's absurd what you're saying.
This is absurd. You shouldn't be talking like this. You should be behaving like this.
Dr. Mukherji, Dr. Mukherji, just 1 minute. Can I?
Yes. If you are going to deny caste, then you deny the Hindu religion itself, the Aryan religion itself. which has caste as its basis. And without caste, the Aryan religion cannot exist.
I want to ask one simple question.
If you have taught history, I think so that much you must have.
Dr. Naganathan, only please ask you a question.
Told the students, inform the students that the Aryan Vedic religion has caste as its basis.
Dr. Naganathan is only Dr. Naganathan will
Caste is not a part of your religion, it is a social practice.
Dr. Naganathan.
A society which is very ancient has certain practices, certain things
Dr.
go up,
Naganathan.
certain things develop. All our social reforms have been talking about caste. Caste is a different origin altogether. People have forgotten caste, but some politicians since the Mandal Commission have been talking about it. People didn't know, people don't bother.
Nothing like that.
Come across people talking about, except
caste is a reality here. Caste is reality. Caste is all forms here.
Politics.
Okay, let him do.
Tell me how many percentage of intercaste marriage is happening in India?
Incidents in certain parts of India.
If we are Indians, if we are true Hindus, tell me the number of intercaste marriages happening in India.
Go there. Yes, you should sort it out. Go there and solve these problems.
You want to live in...
Tell me the number of intercaste marriages happening in India.
Absolutely nonsense. Doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, okay. Just can I...
Why it doesn't make any sense at all?
Yeah, yes,
Tell me the number of intercaste marriages happening in India.
Dr. Naganathan, make your point. Go ahead. Go ahead, make your point, Dr. Naganathan.
Yep, see, caste has not been localized. It's not a regional issue. It is everywhere. It's a disease of the mind. It is cutting across regional aspirations, linguistic aspirations, as well as cutting across boundaries. In UK, they passed a resolution against racial discrimination against Dalits in UK. So it's an international problem. Navadithan Pillai forwarded a resolution for eradication of caste, and caste should be a racist issue. But India opposed that. Nepal, the so-called India government, in fact encouraged that proposal, but India, so-called secular country, it said that
no
it is
right
in denial.
To talk about caste and race.
Affair.
It's an no right to talk about a problem which is India's problem.
Caste has many forms. Caste has many forms in colleges, in institutions, in marriages, in social discourses. And one tip of the iceberg is the Tamil Nadu incident. I can quote any number of incidents across the country. Tell me, sir, simply answer one question. How many people have been indicted in Dalit Atrocities and Prevention Act? How many of the people have been punished under Dalit Atrocities and Prevention Act? Then talk about secularism. Then talk about justice here.
Okay, can Dr. Mukherjee hear me? I'm checking the audio line with Dr. Mukherjee. One second, Sambit, please wait. Can Dr. Mukherjee hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me, Dr. Mukherjee? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can Dr. Saradindu Mukherjee hear me? Because I found some of his comments to be fairly absurd.
Yeah, the line is so bad.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now, Dr. Mukherjee? It's a simple line.
Please,
okay, you can hear me.
Tell me.
Okay. Dr. Mukherjee,
Tell me.
I don't understand. With great personal respect to you. You are a member of the Indian Council of Historical Research. But you are not even aware when you say, what is caste? Yes. There is no caste. There is no issue. You're blowing it up, you said to me. Okay, fine. That's what you said. Now, now, if you say, just one minute.
Absolutely blowing it up.
A 22-year-old Dalit engineer, Gokul Raj. Sir, you hear me now, sir? Hear me, sir.
Sort them out.
You know, if the reality is not palatable to you, it's not my problem.
Don't blow it up. Don't give India a bad name. All societies are a problem. Do you think other societies are a problem?
Even talking about poverty is a bad name. Talking about communalism is a bad name. Talking about caste issues is a bad name. Talking about ultra-regionalism is a bad name. Don't be selective in what we discuss. If you want to discuss the reality of India, it will have to be discussed openly. And my question to you, Dr. Saradindu Mukherjee, and I'm sorry I'm having to be firm with you right now, is this. Can you deny that a 22-year-old Dalit engineer is found dead on a railway track?
It's only caste is simple.
Dr. Saradindu Mukherjee, you'll have to hear me. You'll have to hear me. Sorry. I want to speak to you directly.
This is just a part of a larger conspiracy to giving a bad name to the government of India. That's all.
I think yes, I'm sorry.
You are out of political power.
Dr. Mukherjee, if you want to have a myopic view of your own country because it suits you conveniently to have such a view, then it is not my problem, but it is my responsibility. If I can only speak to Dr. Mukherjee now, please. Dr. Mukherjee,
let me finish.
I've had enough. No, you let me finish now. You let me finish now, Dr. Mukherjee. You let me finish now. And I don't want to be interrupted.
Yes,
you tell me today. You say today what is happening with Dalits is a myth. Yeah. Please tell me, why was there a recent cold-blooded murder of a 23-year-old Dalit engineer? One second. You want whenever I raise a fact with you, you want to step aside. I raise a fact with you, raise a counter fact. What explains the murder of Ilavarasan, a Dalit in 2013, found dead on the railway tracks in Dharmapuri district after marrying an upper caste girl? Police cover up the case to say that it is that of suicide.
So who is
what?
Look, Mr. Goswami, who said this is justified?
Yeah.
I said these are wrong things.
I'm not talking of justification.
I said
I'm
these are
talking
wrong
of
things,
reality.
bad things. They should
I'm
be punished.
talking of reality.
No,
I'm talking of reality and you're talking about
you
fiction.
You can get me wrong.
I'm telling you the
these
facts and you are defensive about it. My question is in 2013, in the presence of 300 state police personnel. In 2013, hear me, Dr. Mukherjee. Hear me now, Dr. Mukherjee. I don't want to have to raise my voice any further. Please understand. In 2013, in the presence of 300 state police personnel in Dharmapuri district, a violent mob of 2,500 upper caste men go on a rampage in 3 villages, set ablaze 148 Dalit houses to avenge the death of an upper caste man who committed suicide after his daughter married a Dalit boy. Now that is reality. That's not blowing up. That's not blowing up, but I know what an ostrich-like approach is. It's the approach that you're reflecting
I said these are isolated things.
I know isolated things.
These are isolated things.
It's not isolated at all.
I meant that only.
Okay, now tell me if this is isolated.
If this is isolated.
This is isolated. Let me.
Okay, if this is isolated.
Yeah, absolutely isolated.
What? Prakash Ambedkar.
You see a pattern behind that.
Prakash Ambedkar.
Those who are guilty, they should be punished.
546.
No. Mr. Goswami, you didn't allow me to complete. Those who are guilty, they should be identified and punished. That's all.
Can you call this an isolated incident? In Tamil Nadu, in the year 2014, the atrocities were committed on the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe.
The design behind that, you should expose that. You should campaign for the punishment. That's all.
Are you calling this an isolated cases?
Okay, closing the debate. Mr. Pandiarajan.
You're talking about a state where...
Yes.
Let me respond to that. See, you've taken 3 incidents from a state which is the lowest in terms of these killings. Even Ms. Khushboo Sundar spoke about, the 81 cases of alleged honor killings over the last 3 years. And the same 3 years, the same NCRB report talks about over 2,000 such things.
I'll take a break.
No, listen, the same.
I'll take a break. Viewers, at this point, a controversial comment has been made.
You're talking of third in
a member of the Indian Council of Historical Research says there is nothing like caste-based discrimination in India, and that Times Now is trying to blow things up. He says tonight that there is nothing like caste-based discrimination. The Newshour is trying to blow it up. I am asking you tonight, dear viewers, do you think we are blowing things up? Or do you think we are putting a mirror to what is happening in our own society? Do you agree with Mr. Pandeyarajan, or do you take a stand similar to what Khushboo takes tonight? I'm back in 2 minutes. Tell us where you stand. I'd like to start with going back to Dr. Naganathan and Khushboo. I think Dr. Naganathan and Khushboo, Saradindu Mukherji should apologize and take back his comments saying there is nothing like caste, you're blowing it up. I think he should. And I think Sambit Patra, secondly, I'll come to him next. I have another issue with Sambit Patra. What do you think, Dr. Naganathan? Do you think he should take back that comment? I mean, there are 571 cases of atrocities filed under the SC/ST Act in 2014. Right? You want me to give you the 1,546 cases, Saradindu Mukherji, of crime committed against scheduled castes in the state of Tamil Nadu alone in the year 2014 alone. That's the most updated figures which I have. And you come and say, oh, this is just sort it out. It's no big deal. You're blowing it up, etc. These supercilious comments are very disappointing. Do you think he should take it back? Dr. Naganathan.
Mr. Goswami.
Dr. Naganathan, please. Do you think he should take it back? Dr. Naganathan. Dr. Naganathan.
It's a racist type of statement. It's a racist type of statement. Denial. The denial is very, very obvious. It indicates the caste supremacy here, where 80% of the Indian population have the names with caste prefix, and you want me to deny caste names in that? Where 80% of the matrimonial is asking for caste preferences and say Dalits are excuses, Dalits don't appear for marriages. There's no denial of caste, is there? When 30% of the Indian villages where Dalits are not allowed to bury their own dead body of their fellow men, you mean the caste is not existent here? Where all type of caste discrimination happening at any forms of life. Dalits are not able to walk in the villages with a slipper sock. There's a 2-tumbler system prevalent in 35% of the villages because untouchability practice. No more untouchability is a crime. No more untouchability is a punishment. Caste is here is a crime. Caste is here a skin. It's cleverly they replaced untouchability. Instead of untouchability, they should place caste here. So, sir, please make it very open. Very open. Caste is a way of life here. The caste evil is a part and parcel of life here. Caste is responsible for divisiveness among the Indian culture here. So if you want Indians to rise above that, the social transformation, social
anyway, Saradindu Mukherji, please. Saradindu Mukherji, 3 minutes left.
Yes.
You have a chance to take back your words. Yeah.
If these incidents, unfortunate incidents are happening in one part of a state, now the state administration is responsible for that. There must be local factors, this is how you do research in history. There must be local factors which are behind this. These factors need to be probed, and these fault lines need to be controlled. So look, Tamil Nadu government has a overtly racist, which has a racist political party system, They don't go by the traditional Hindu caste system. So this government should take into task.
The fault lines are in the religion.
Please
listen.
Not religion, social practice.
Khushboo.
No, this is, you can't say about this about any other religion. This is a social practice, absolutely fundamentally wrong. This social practice, the practice which no one bothers. Maybe it survives in certain parts of the state.
Otherwise, this
happens because of local factors. And this local leaders should be taken to task. You try to project it as if it's a part of a bigger concept.
I find it so disturbing and appalling that a very learned person like Dr. Mukherji...
You don't allow me to complete.
It's very disturbing. It's very disturbing to see a learned person. It's very disturbing.
No,
please, you don't teach me about my rights. It's so appalling to see somebody learned as Mr. Mukherji speaking, saying that it is. Mr. Sambit Patra, please learn some manners. Do not interrupt when I'm speaking.
Caste is a reality in India.
The question was raised to me. I would appreciate if you could keep quiet for 2 seconds.
The Congress party could not change the history of this country.
Keep quiet?
Why for 60
Can you please keep quiet? Congress has been the only champion of the Dalit supporters. We have not even changed the law. Please, casteism. Mr. Sambit Patra, do not forget that you didn't even want secularism. The word secularism. You don't even understand the name of secularism. You don't even understand the meaning of diversity and pluralism. So you don't teach me about it. You don't teach me about it. Please do not take away. The question was to me, Mr. Patra.
Sambit, I'll read.
Instead of dwelling on what you have made a wrong statement, kindly say what you have said to the historian, that caste exists in this country. Caste is a problem in this country.
I just need to say something.
I'd like to read out. I'd like to read out from a news report in the Indian Express, November 5th, 2015. Just a minute, gentlemen. Just a minute. Mr. Pandiarajan, may I have your attention? And Sambit, I want to have your attention. I seek your attention now, and Sambit, please give it to me.
Yeah.
If Dalit atrocities, I have a problem with this whole enunciation of the theory that this is all a myth and it's overstated and hyped, etc. You see, I'm reading from an Indian Express comment, and I want Mr. Pandiarajan to come in on this. November 5th, 2015. It says, in the schools of Tirunelveli, about 650 kilometers south of Chennai, caste comes in shades of red, yellow, green and saffron. It is what? Have the patience to listen, Sambit. Okay, then I'll say it regardless. Can I just say this, please? I am reading this out. I'm reading this out, please. Please don't disturb me for a while. For viewers, this is what the Indian Express reported on November 5th, 2015. It said, in the schools of Tirunelveli, about 650 kilometers south of Chennai, caste comes in shades of red, yellow, green and saffron. It is what students wear on their wrists, on their foreheads, around their necks, under their shirts. It's who they are. And they say upper caste have yellow red bands. No, do we want this?
In terms of,
do we want this? Where students of a Dalit community wear wristbands in a certain color and others wear wristbands of another color.
Far less.
It is not about less or more.
Arnab, listen, you can't take one stray school in a belt. No, I understand, but all that I'm saying is,
do you understand the significance of the issue?
A state which is actually very, very low in terms of caste-based discrimination compared to any other state of India.
Okay, closing the debate.
You take
closing the debate. We'll take it forward.
Every state Congress has.
Okay, closing the debate. I thank you all. Closing the debate. Closing the debate at this point. I thank you all for joining me. This is a subject we have reported on tonight, and we are going to revisit it. I thank you all for joining me. We are going to revisit this. I thank you all for joining me on debate number 2 on caste apartheid tonight. We will come back to this. Thank you very much.